share my screen. Okay. Let's do this. Where is it? I just had it up. Hold on. I have too much on here. Where did it go? Hold on. Gotta open it back up, Nicole. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna let Kim kick it off for us. Let me just get the view right. And Kim, you might have to unmute yourself.
Okay, I got it. I'm sorry if I have background noise here. There's a lot going on.
You're good. I can hear you.
Okay, cool. All right, guys. Hey, everybody. I'm so excited for this new call. I'm Kim, and I've been a coach here for just over 3 years. And I started much like a lot of you, where I just jumped in. I loved my results. I loved Shakeology. I loved the idea of a discount. And I really loved the idea of having friends and family join me because it just made it more fun. So that's why when we talk to you guys about beginning, it's so important just to really have fun with you and your own journey. So if you're not having fun, why would someone want to join you? But if you're exuding happiness and energy and positivity, that is really attractive to other people. And that's kind of what we encourage you to do in the beginning, is just simply be proof of the product. And by no means do you have to be perfect. And a lot of times people think that they have to have great results first before they can be a coach. And really it's so opposite, where people want to be with you for the ride, for the journey. So we always tell everybody, number one is pick a program. And if you did a program and now you've signed up as a coach, how about you recommit, whether it's the program that you just fell in love with and you want to do it again and up your weights and dial in your nutrition. Or sometimes the best thing is to go with what is being launched right now by the company, which would be Bar Blend or 10 Rounds, which is the newest program, if that's something that excites you. Because if you're promoting it, talking about it, and people are seeing the hype all over, then it kind of builds your credibility a little bit as well. Like, they realize that you have something to offer them because they're seeing it all over. So a lot of us will be doing 10 rounds. And whenever I do a program, I totally encourage you guys to just be the best challenger that you can be. Don't get caught up in all the things that you're going to have coming your way. There is a lot of info, but we just want you guys to keep it really small and manageable at first. So it's pick your program, review the nutrition plan because it's so key to getting great results. Take a before picture. You're always going to want to have that, and communicate with your coach. You want to know that you're kind of on the same page. So let your coach know if they're kind of sending you too much or sending you too little, if you're ready to run a little faster, or if you need to slow it down because you're a little overwhelmed. We'll never know how to help you or meet you if you don't communicate. And I promise you're not bothering us. If you think that we're too busy, that's not the case. You can always send an email, a DM, a text, and we will get back to you. Sorry. I had to call. So we'll get back to you guys whenever we can. We're always going to be there for you. So number one, you're always going to be a beginner at some point, and that's okay, but go all in with the program, okay? We'll go to the next slide. So the second thing is, remember that you're going to try and help somebody in your first week. Now, that might seem overwhelming or it might seem exciting, but I will tell you that I bet you there's one person right now who needs a solution to health and fitness, and that's the person that's going to join you. And the only way people are going to know that they can join you is if you invite them. So all you have to do is figure out, who do you know that maybe would be approachable for you, or that has loved health and fitness, but maybe right now things are hard for them. They can't get to their normal gym or classes. Just let them know that this is an opportunity for them and they can join you for 30 days. Just kind of letting people know that you have something for them is going to let them know that they can do it with you. If you don't let them know, they're just going to think, good for you, you're doing awesome on your own. Well, that doesn't help me, right? So if you don't invite, people don't know they can join you. Now, we always tell people that the challenge pack that's on sale for the month is usually what's being launched, like a new promo. So if you're confused, that's okay, but we're going to guide you right now in the month of April. The probably lowest cost challenge pack is going to be 10 rounds, which comes with a year of Beachbody On Demand, nutrition, Shakeology, or Performance Line, Recover and Energize. That's on sale for $160. Bar Blend is still on sale for $160. You get all the same stuff. And there's a couple other options, but those would be your two right now that are awesome, perfect getting started packages with everything a new person would need for success for themselves. So idea is number one, getting one person to join you in the first week of becoming a coach. And if you help 3 people, keep this in mind, based on commission, you would essentially earn back the investment that you made to become a challenger and a coach. The $160 you paid initially, if you had 3 people join you with a challenge pack each, you have then made back your money and you've earned your own things for free, which is pretty cool, especially in the beginning. Let's go to the next slide. Okay, then a big question I'm sure you guys are wondering about, you've been a challenger maybe, you're kind of dipping your toe into being in the challenge groups. You do not have to worry about creating content and running it yourself right now. We want you to join us, join the personally sponsored coach that signed you up. Just be your best challenger, because when you're there and you're participating and you're also bringing in some of your friends and family, they're going to see you in there putting in the time and effort, and that'll encourage them to be active and to participate. That's the best part about it. Do not worry about creating content. We have it all. It's super easy when you're ready to learn, and you just have to get comfortable logging your workouts. So we love that quote that says, our business solution is found in our own personal journey, right? Okay. Okay, here comes the child. He's on his way. I know it. Sorry, guys.
It's okay. I'm next, so I'll take over.
Homeschool life. Go for it, Cal.
Okay, yeah, just meet yourself, Kim. So, and with that being said, you guys, I think that's the part where we always doubt ourselves. Like, I was just going to use this example. So I am having a C-section, and I won't be able to do any of our fitness programs for a good 6 to 7 weeks, most likely, but it doesn't mean my business and what I share stops, because you guys, life's going to happen. You're going to go through times where you're sick, you're injured, or, you know, you're not going to feel like 100%. But it doesn't mean that you need to put your business on hold. It doesn't mean that you can't still share what has helped you and worked for you for so long. So you bet I'm still going to be running my groups and inviting people like I normally would, and inviting them to whatever program I feel is kind of like the hot new thing. So right now I'm talking about 10 rounds. I'm talking about just different programs that help different people at different levels. So with that being said, I'm gonna go to this slide. So your first 2 action items, you guys, we want it to be super simple as you begin this journey. So hopefully some of you have already done your announcement, and you can do that on Facebook and on Instagram. We really recommend doing both platforms as you start, because in the beginning, you're utilizing your warm market, meaning people that you know, people that, you know, you probably went to high school with or college, and you've been friends with them on Facebook for quite some time. And Instagram, it could be a little bit different. Maybe that's not really your place yet or your platform, or maybe it is. Either way, I think that you should utilize both, because you're going to have different people at different platforms. And then, of course, invite a minimum of 20 people. So I'm going to shout out to Chandra, who's on this call. She signed up 2 weeks ago, and she didn't even do her first post, you guys, and hit Success Club her first month. Why? How did she do that? Because she was excited, and she knew she had a solution to help so many of her friends and coworkers and neighbors. And so what did she do? She sent personal invites. And I know I've done this, maybe some of you guys have done this already, where you feel most comfortable of sending out a mass email, like sending out to all your friends saying, hey guys, this is what I'm doing. I'm not saying that's not going to work, but I think there's something to be said about personally inviting people individually. So when you're sitting there thinking of your first 20 people to invite, don't think like, oh, there's no way she's not going to want to do it. No, she likes Orange Theory, or she's a big runner, or, oh gosh, no, she's not going to want to hear from me. She's just going to think I'm going to try to sell her something. You guys, I'm telling you right now that just don't prejudge anyone. You have to make a list of 20, and those are the people that you're going to send out just a private invite to. And we have example posts of how to do that in our team Google Drive. So action item number 1, which is the social media post. And I always say this, you guys, people want to see you. And as easy as it can be to share a picture of maybe Autumn or that program by that personal trainer that you're doing, or a really motivating quote, that is not what's going to get traction. People want to see you. They want to see you smiling at the camera. It doesn't need to be a before and after, but those will always speak louder than words. So if you're feeling healthier, if you're feeling like you have more energy and you feel like this is getting you through a time, especially right now through this pandemic, you know what? Take a picture or use a photo that you've had of, if you have kids, or if you have your husband, or just a picture of you with good lighting and smiling at the camera, and share what this has done for you. And that is the best way to actually catch your audience that are looking and scrolling and going, oh, what does Kelly have to say? Let me read this. But if it was just a picture of a quote, it's like, I don't care what she's going to say. So I just want to make sure that you guys know that, and it does get easier with time the more that you do it. And then of course, start with a sentence that will grab their attention. Talk about a pain point you had before starting your home workout program. Maybe it was you felt like you weren't getting results anymore, and you weren't motivated even though you did have a gym membership, and now that is not even an option for people. They have to either do it at home, or they have to figure out something else besides going to their classes, to their gym. And so maybe that's something that you can say is, I've been struggling lately. I have not been motivated. I have not been following a program, and I know that I need this more than anything, and I want you to join me. That is your pain point, you guys, and people will relate to something that you've struggled with, because what we do isn't a matter of being like, oh, I'm perfect with my workouts and I'm perfect with my nutrition. There's so many times where I will say like, all right, I'm ready to get back at it. I'm ready to start on day 1 with this new program because I kind of fell off for XYZ reasons. Who else felt that way? Who wants to join me? And then you just talk about the solution, what we have. How can that help them? If it's time, is it money? Is it, not feeling like they've gotten results? You guys, that is something that you can share too. And then you want to always clearly invite them to your next group. So there's always going to be a group that either you can add them to your current group. Don't ever worry about that. Like, well, shoot, my group already started, but I still haven't helped anyone, and I guess it's too late. No, you can always add people into your group, because most importantly, what we're offering is accountability, community, and giving them that support that they probably don't have. Okay, so example call to action. Here's just an example too that you can do in that post. And you have to make it really clear, you guys. And that's why we have this example of, I'm looking for 5 women to join me for my April 20th virtual boot camp to do this with me. You'll get home workouts, nutrition support, and community. Let's keep each other accountable. Send me a direct message or comment below and I'll send you info. I think sometimes the hardest thing is we think we need to come out with this really long post, and then it kind of numbs us, and then we don't take action. And so what we're trying to help you guys is say, maybe you're brand new to coaching and you don't really know how to formulate your first coming out post. Don't worry about it. Use the examples that we have in our Google Drive, and we have tips, we have instructions of how to do it, and it's all under our Google Drive, which is in the file ready to announce you're a coach. So this is always a part where I feel like don't think that, I don't know, like don't be numb to the fact that I just don't know if I want to do this. I don't know if I can get that post out. You guys, I'm telling you, like action breeds confidence. Inaction breeds fear. The more you let it sit there and you think on it over and over again and figure out the perfect verbiage, you guys, there's no reason to do that. We've all done that before, and I'm telling you, you just got to get it out there. Okay, so next one. And then before you guys go ahead and post it, I always try to tell my coaches, hey, I am here, and we are all here. Your personally sponsored coach. They want to see you succeed. They want to see you, have success. Sorry, I'm going to go ahead and mute someone that just came on. I think we're good now. Okay. But we are here to help you, and we have experience. So success leaves clues. So please, 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 before you go and hit post, send it to your coach and just say, hey, what do you think? Do you think I should tweak this? What's your opinion? And you guys, we're not here to like criticize you or make you feel like what you did wasn't good. It's just like, it's more of us just saying, you know what, this is what I would say instead, or this is the picture I would use, maybe make it a little brighter, or here, like, we're just going to give you feedback and some guidance. And I'm going to let Nicole go ahead and take it over.
All right. Hi, guys. I'm Nicole. I've been coaching about, I guess, 4 years in May, and Kelly's my coach. And we actually did not know each other until we met through coaching. So we're acquaintances, but a mutual friend introduced us. So it's just crazy how this business can connect you. And Kelly's one of my closest friends now. So I just encourage you guys to take a step back also from the business side and just think of this awesome community that you're now in. And we're just so excited that you're here. So step 2 is to personally invite 20 plus people. And so I think there's 2 different camps where some people are like, oh my gosh, posting on social media. And other people are like, holy crap, inviting people one-on-one is scary. So either way, this is new to you, and just know that both of these things, social media and inviting, are going to come more naturally. And I truly believe that if you believe in how awesome our programs are, how great the products are, and you don't have to love everything or have tried everything, but if you believe in this, and you genuinely want to help someone, it takes a lot of the pressure and fear out of inviting, because you're just come at it from a good place. And I know that can even feel a little bit more weird with what's going on in the world right now. But if anything, I can hear just after I've been doing this a while, and I'm having more people than ever come to me and tell me, not only if they're already in my community, say that this community is saving them right now, but also I'm having brand new people come to me and say, I need something. I need community. I need home workouts. People need this right now. And I know it can be like, oh man, I just don't want to I don't want to come across salesy. And that is the way our team in general, we really pride ourselves on not being, and Beachbody as a whole. You're going to see off examples of people not doing it as well, but I really truly believe that our team teaches relationship building, and we don't want you to come off as any kind of salesy person, right? You are just offering something to someone. It's their choice whether or not they decide to join you. Just think of it like that. You're offering them and they decide. We're not going to teach you sales tactics, how to convince anyone to buy anything. That's just not the way it is. Instead, we're just going to say, throw it out there, and we call it planting seeds. So every invite you send or you put out there is just a seed that is planted. So that seed might take sprout and get you a nice plant. Then someone says yes, and it might take a really long time. People might come around a year later, 2 years, some to 4 years for in my case now, later, but that doesn't mean that your words didn't impact that person and they're not watching and being inspired by you. So as we said, private invites are a compliment if you do them genuinely. So, and like I said, be prepared for people to say no. So when you write this list of 20 people, I would say if the goal of this 20 people is to get that one person to help, right? So that means there's 19 people who said no or ignored you. And that is totally fine. Remember, when someone doesn't respond, that we're all living very busy lives. And this is a reason why you should write down the names of the people that you do invite, so that you can go reconnect with them later. And maybe not necessarily say hey, did you see my message? But just to let them know that the only reason you weren't talking to them is just to invite them. But like I said, people have busy lives. They have their kids home with them right now. They see your invite, they see the message, and they might just not respond right then because they didn't see it, and they might forget to respond. So don't take it personally when people don't respond, or they just say no thank you, or something else is working for them right now. Just say, great, I'm so glad you found something that works for you. Go to the next slide. So who and how to invite. So the first 10 people that you're going to invite, I recommend writing down: close friends and family, anyone who you regularly speak to and who would benefit from the programs that you love. So these are just your people who you want to come do this with you, that you would say, I'm a runner. So if I'm going to run a race, I'm going to invite people to do it with me. It's just the way that I am. So if I'm going to go run the local 5K, I always send an email to my friends and say, do it with me. And I send them the registration link. I mean, I don't want you to send a registration link to these people right away, but that's just my personality. And be like, do it with me. Let's go do this, right? I don't feel weird about the fact that I've invited them to go do a 5K, But I know once you're like, okay, I'm benefiting financially from these people joining, it can sometimes feel like, oh, I don't know. But just think of it as like I said, of serving someone. So something that's worked for you, you want them to join them. So the first 10 people I recommend just being those people in your life that want to support you, your mom, your aunt, who might want to try Shakeology, even if she's not into working out. You never know, she might want to try the workouts. Your best friend, your like people that you talk to regularly, so that you can send a message like this, like, hey, if I ran a virtual boot camp with home workouts and nutrition plan, would you do it with me? Let's keep each other accountable. Like, very simple. Because this is someone that you know and talk to regularly. You don't need to like warm them up, right? So then the next 10 people or more, this is all depends on your goals, but at least 10 are gonna be people who like or comment on that post that you wrote. So some people are gonna comment on that social media post and say like, way to go, good for you. Or they're just gonna like it. And then some people might say they want information, but when you do that social media post, don't expect like people just to be like knocking down your door coming to you. Maybe, but most likely they're going to see it and be like, okay, this girl posted on social media about these great results. That's awesome. Good for her. But there's like an analogy that we like to say is like, if someone posted on social media and said, hey, I'm having a party at Friday at 5:00. I'd love for you to join, or I'd love for everyone's invited. You'd be like, oh, good. I think they're going to have really a lot of fun at that party, but I don't know. Say it was like your neighbor or someone that you know, like an acquaintance. But then if they sent you a private message and they said, hey, did you see I'm having a party at Friday at 5? I'd love for you to be there. You'd be like, oh man, really? Like, I'd love to be there. So it's the same with these invites for people who liked, they saw your they saw your post, and they might think good for her, not for me, right? At that second. But if you invite them in a genuine way, they might say, again, good for them, not for me, but they might start watching you, and they will start watching you, and they'll say, what is she up to? What are these workouts? They'll see your, like, as you continue to share your journey, they're going to see that. Or they might say, you know what? Sure. Send me some information. And you might send them information, and then again, you might not hear back from them, or they might become your first customer. So don't be afraid to invite those people. So here's an example. Hey, I include their name to make it personal. Thanks so much for your support on my post about becoming a coach. I'm really excited about it. And these home workouts have seriously been a game changer for me as a busy mom. Would you want to get more info on my first accountability group? I'm really excited for this. Just show your excitement. And like, who's going to say like, I mean, they might say, yeah, sorry, I'm like, my gym is doing online workouts and I've been doing that. And you'd be like, okay, great. Well, if anything changes, just let me know. It's that simple. So that's pretty much it. So we are trying to make this as simple as possible. The goal of this call is simply to show you that we want you to do your coming out social media posts. And if you have been coaching a while and you're like re-coming out, I recommend doing a post and saying, hey guys, I admit I have fallen off. I have not been sticking to my workouts and nutrition. I'm still doing this coaching thing. Like, join me. Do it. Like, if you're coming back into this, just pretend like it's you're a new coach. Then make that list of 20 people and invite them. And at this point, I want you to go back to your coach, who your personally sponsored coach, or maybe your upline diamond, which would be me, Kelly, Kim, or Shannon, and tell them that you've completed these. And then we'll get on a one-on-one call with you to troubleshoot and to support you and to dig a little bit deeper into your goals and to get you on to the next step. But we want to see you guys take some action, and we want you to get that first win this week as soon as possible. If you almost everyone, the way we set up our groups, you should have a group coming up that you can invite to. So there's no reason why someone can't get ready and get started this week. Also, don't feel like you're a failure if you don't end up getting the one person this week. It's totally fine. Just want to make sure you guys know that it's like, this is, you have to think of this business in general as like, you are a beginner, you are learning, we're giving you some tools, and everyone's going to have a different start, depending on, your network as you come into this, how much effort you're putting into it, all of that. But like, no matter what pace you go at, we're going to be here for you as your community and your support system. But we're going to match you for your pace. So if you're like, I'm all in, I'm going, we're going to be like, yes, let's do this. And if you're like, I need to take it slower, that's fine too. Just know that you're going to always have our community, and we're always going to be there. So I just quickly want to refer to these extra training and resources. But like I said, I really want you to just focus on those first two things. And as soon as you get through those, let's move on to the next step. So you may or may not be in a new coach workshop right now. It depends on who your coach is, but that's like a paced training that's going to help you get started and move through your first couple weeks. Or you'll be working one-on-one with your coach. But just remember that you're your own boss. So we're giving you tools, but it's your responsibility to actually go do the work. And don't be afraid to start. Just start, fail forward, learn from your mistakes. We don't expect you to be perfect. Like, I look back at some of my early posts and cringe. I like even remember specific conversations I've had with people where I acted like I didn't know what I was saying. And I'm like, oh man. But at the time I just started and I started going. And just like Kim said, we expect to hear from you as your coach. And one thing I want to just quickly throw in is like, if in this process you enroll someone who's as a coach because they've expressed they want to do what you do, or you threw it out there and we're like, hey, would you want to coach too? Just know that your coach will help that person and mentor them as well in the beginning. We don't expect you to like come on in week 1 or 2 and like be reviewing your new coach's social media posts and whatnot. But I also don't want that to hold you back. If you happen to find someone who would be a great coach, don't be afraid to ask them. So you're going to see in the Facebook page, and we also mentioned this already, like there's going to be, we call these things power hours and team calls and all of these things going on. And just know that you're always welcome to join these calls, and we encourage you to do that. But if you ever you don't know what's going on or you feel overwhelmed, don't hesitate to ask, and just go back to these first 2 steps. And if you get through those, we can move on, but just make sure that you're doing these first 2 things. And we've referenced the Google Drive a few times. With the Google Drive, which is in our team page under announcements, you'll see it linked there. It has all of this stuff. And there's a document called the New Coach Things to Know that your coach should send you that has links to the example invites, the example social media coming out post, and then like the link to our team call, Zoom and things like that. So just make sure that you have that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So does anyone have any questions?
I'm going to mute everyone.
And then you guys reading our
Yeah, maybe not.
Oh, I know.
Hold on. I'm gonna mute everyone. Okay. I'm going to look in the chat bar too. Oh, awesome. Some of you guys introduced yourself. Chandra, I don't know if you can quickly pop on and talk and just kind of share how you reached out to people individually. Just your verbiage.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Ooh. All right. Hey, everyone. It's Chandra. So I've been watching Kelly for 5 years. 5 years. It took me that long to hop on. And
Crazy.
It was her persistence that really paid off. And when I saw that she was in better shape than I was, and she's 8 months pregnant, I was like, what is going on? So that really lured me in, because I've been on a fertility journey. I'm not a shy person, so posting my first coming out post is not something that I'm hesitant about, but I'm also just kind of I know what has worked for me in the past whenever I've been in sales. It's that genuine connection and that one-on-one, reaching out to someone. And my extension was, hey, I'm really nervous, but I'm going to start this 21-day fix program. And I don't want to do it alone. I need an accountability buddy. Will you do this with me? I need you. And it was just, and I sent it. Pretty much everyone said yes, but then when there was a financial obligation, that's when people started to trickle off. And so you slowly kind of get to the bottom of who really wants it, who's really into it, and who, wants to hold your hand along the way. And, I just kept the people that said yes and then slowly said no in the future. And I'll keep reaching out to them, down the line.
Awesome. Yeah. And I think you guys, with her saying that, what she did, it literally felt like, okay, someone's reaching out to me personally. That shows way bigger impact than if you did some mass email or mass text or even sometimes a post. But what I told Chandra to do now is I was like, great, you got people interested and you're going to get no's, because right when they find like the cost or they feel guilty for spending money, they might say, oh gosh, no, never mind. Sorry, I just can't right now. And we're all getting that right now, you guys. But what I found is that I'm not changing anything I'm doing, but I'm showing up. And I share little clips of my workout, usually almost daily in my stories. And I share, before and after, a transformation photo or something motivating, maybe once a week in there with my lifestyle. And the reason why I do that is because all those people, like Chandra, who had been watching me for 5 years, I didn't know that, but there was something that maybe resonated with her, where she finally said, and I actually remember what you said. You were like, hey, tell me more. It was very just like, not like, hey, I'm interested, thanks for this, or whatever. It was just like, people sometimes have a hard time saying, I want to do what you're doing, I need help, or they just will say, all right, tell me info. And what I've learned is that you're going to get no's, and you're going to send info to people. And sometimes it's discouraging when you're like, yay, I just sent info to like 5 people. And then all of a sudden people don't respond to you. You follow up with them and it's crickets. And what I look at it as, you guys, is awesome. This just gives me more ammo behind me to continue showing up, continue sharing my story, to continue just showing people how great this is making me feel. And maybe that's part of the community that you're in, and it's helping you like just check off that box to do it, following a calendar. I know a lot of people too are saying they're getting free workouts in different areas. One nice thing with us is that you don't have to wake up and be like, oh, let me see which free workout I'm going to do today. No. And Nicole made a good point yesterday when we were talking. She's like, gosh, I'm so lost with knowing what to do with my kids right now and helping them with activities. But if someone just sent me something saying, this is what you got to do, these 5 things, then I would go and do it. And I knew ahead of time that was my schedule. It's the same thing with working out. Sometimes it's just, what I do is so mindless. I know what program I'm doing. I know I just check off the days as I go. And I think a lot of people would benefit from that. So every now and then I'll share that I'm checking off the box, that I'm logging my workout in my accountability group, and that helps me stay accountable. But again, you guys, it's just a matter of staying consistent, which is where we sometimes fall in staying, on board. And I can't tell you, like, there's a reason why Nicole and Kim and Shannon have had such success in this, is because, and how they've not only just grown their business with helping people, but also growing a team, is because people want to be with people and join them when they see them showing up, not just by one post or one invite saying, this is what I'm doing, guys, I love it, hopefully you can join me. And then you kind of go, oh, okay, I did that post, or I did that first reach out, now I'm good, whew, did it. No, you got to say, okay, now I need to keep showing up. I need to keep sprinkling my journey, because that is what people want to see. They want to see how you got from A to Z, and they want to know what's helping, what you're struggling with, and how you're overcoming that. So I just wanted to throw that in there, because I know as a new coach, that is something that we struggle with, is staying consistent. And we don't say that you have to post every single day. It's more of staying consistent, meaning maybe 3 posts a week, and not all that fitness based. Who are you? What makes you you? What are you struggling with right now?
I'm a coach workshop though, so it's not, I just don't want to overwhelm everyone with tons of information right now. I think you guys go out and just do your first 2 things, and then you're going to learn all that other stuff later. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, you're going to learn so much as you go, but like we said, focus on those first 2 things, and that's it. Be resourceful too. There's so much stuff too, that if you needed help or guidance, like, you have so many of us. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and log it off, because no one else has commented on the chat. So it looks like we're good. Thanks for being on, you guys.
Yeah, have a good day.
Hope this helped. Bye.
Bye.